I think that we've been asking God the wrong question. We keep asking him, God, when are you going to change my situation? When are you going to answer my prayer? When are you going to open the door for me? When are you going to bring that financial breakthrough? When are you going to bring my husband? When are you going to heal me? What if the better question is really, Lord, what are you trying to produce in me while I wait on you? What areas still need healing? What else do I need to surrender to you? What fear or form of pride or insecurity or even unbelief or lack of trust am I holding on to that you are gently bringing to the surface because you love me so much that you don't want to leave me where I am? Because the reality is that waiting isn't just about getting to the promise. You have to become that woman who can faithfully steward what God is going to bring into your life. The book of James tells us that the testing of our faith is what produces perseverance. And that perseverance has to finish its work so that you can become mature and complete, lacking nothing. Sometimes we're so focused on asking God to change our circumstances that we miss the work that he's trying to do inside of us. God is not delaying your life. Maybe what he's doing is deepening your faith, strengthening your character, molding and shaping your ways. Maybe he's teaching you patience. Maybe he's teaching you to trust him in ways that you could never trust him before. Because when you look at the big picture, the greatest miracle isn't just what God did for you or the promise that he brought in such an unexpected way, but it was the work that he was doing on the inside of you. What if the waiting isn't God saying no to you, but is actually God preparing your heart for what's next? One of the hardest seasons of my life, where I had to go through a lot of loss and grief and pain and sorrow, and that season taught me surrender. That season taught me that God wasn't just interested in changing my circumstances, but he was more interested in transforming me from the inside out. Waiting is where your faith grows. Waiting is where your relationship with the Lord grows and intensifies. Waiting is where you can serve him the best because you have the time. Waiting is where you have your character refined, where you're put through the fire. Waiting is where you learn to trust God's heart, to hear his voice even when when you can't see his hand working behind the scenes. Instead of asking God, when will you change this situation? Or God, when will this change for me? Change the perspective and ask the Lord, what are you trying to produce in me while I wait on you, Lord?